Hello class. Today we're looking at a classic SAT-style inequality problem. We're given a set of conditions for three numbers, m, n, and p. As you can see, m is a negative number between -1 and 0. N is a positive number between 0 and 1. And p is a positive number greater than 1. Our goal is to determine which of the four given expressions, mn, mp, np, or n squared, has the smallest value. All right, let's start with step 1. The first thing we need to do is really understand what the inequality tells us about each variable. As it's broken down on the screen, the inequality -1 is less than m, which is less than 0, tells us that m must be a negative number. Then, the inequality 0 is less than n, which is less than 1, and 1 is less than p, tells us that both n and p must be positive numbers. This simple observation about the signs is the key to the first part of our solution. Now, let's apply these sign rules to our four options. For option A, we have m times n. That's a negative times a positive, which results in a negative number. For option B, m times p, it's the same situation. A negative times a positive gives us another negative number. Moving on to option C, n times p. Here we have a positive times a positive, which is always positive. Finally, for option D, n squared. Since n is positive, squaring it will also result in a positive number. This is a huge step forward. Look what we've accomplished. The question asks for the smallest value. We know that any negative number is smaller than any positive number. Since options C and D are positive and options A and B are negative, we can confidently eliminate C and D. We've just cut our work in half. Now we only need to figure out which is smaller, mn or mp. Now for step 2. To figure out whether mn or mp is smaller, the easiest method is to pick some sample numbers that follow the rules. As you can see on the screen, we've chosen some simple values. We let m equal -0. 5, which is between -1 and 0. We let n equal +0. 5, which is between 0 and 1. And we let pa equal 2, which is greater than 1. These are valid numbers that will help us test the expressions. Let's plug our chosen numbers into the two remaining options. For option A, we calculate mn, which is -0. 5 times 0.5. This gives us -0.25. For option B, we calculate mp, which is -0. 5 times 2. This gives us -1. Now we have two concrete values to compare. This brings us to our conclusion in step 3. We are comparing -0. 25 and -1. Remember, with negative numbers, the one with the larger absolute value is actually smaller. On a number line, -1 is further to the left than -0. 25, so -1 is the smaller value. The value -1 came from our calculation for the expression mp. Therefore, we can conclude that mp has the smallest value. And there we have it. The final result is that the correct option is B, MP. By using a two-step process of analyzing signs to eliminate options and then picking numbers to test the remaining choices, we were able to solve this problem efficiently. This is a very powerful strategy to use on the SAT. Well done, everyone.